Man, cool stuff just keeps happening here with West Coast River Outlaws. I cannot wait to show you guys what's in store for this episode. It involves a boat that I built a couple years ago that just wreaked havoc on Northern California and, you know, stole the hearts of many, many, many friends of mine and others. So stick around. You guys are gonna get to see something really cool here. So we're gonna come out into the back of the shop and I'm gonna show you guys a couple of boats. You may have seen, actually both of them, now that I think about it, you've probably seen in past episodes of our show, but they're both gonna be coming back with a vengeance too. So check this out. We're gonna start with the boat on the left. So this is an 18-foot Renegade SS. So this was their lake layup made by Renegade Boats, and yeah, it's a sick boat. There's a couple of good shots of it sitting in Berryessa and some other places that just, man, it pops. So we're going to fully detail it, wet sanding, compound, polish, the whole nine, and we're gonna get it all clean and looking spiffy again. And this time, it's not gonna have a big block Ford. Sorry, Ford guys. It's gonna have a big block Chevy. In fact, it's gonna have a big block Chevy 468 with a solid flat tappet cam, a set of 049 heads, and just an 850 double pumper. So we're gonna put a rail kit in here, we're gonna put the 468 Chevy in here, and then we're gonna put the pump back in this bad boy. There she is. Ooh, man, dirty. Holy smokes. Wow. We're gonna change that here in just a minute. So before we get into this next section, I just want to make one thing very, very clear. I, for the record, don't consider myself a professional detailer. If you guys are wanting some crazy badass results, you want to talk to my homie Chris Henderson with HD Marine Detailing out of Victorville, California. He took this boat and made it go from 50 years of goat shit and dirt and grime and dust and dead animals in the bow. He took it from that to what you see here, right? I mean, the dude has magic hands. I don't know. So, you know, I definitely don't consider myself a professional detailer by any means. However, I do know a thing or two to get a little bit in trouble. So what we have here is 1,000 grit sandpaper, 1,500 grit sandpaper, and then 2,000 grit sandpaper. We're using blocks. These are soft, malleable blocks. They're firm enough to keep their shape, but they do feel a little bit better in your hands. And we're gonna wet sand physically on the boat to take the first layer of gunk off, right? But if we take the soapy water, and then we take this bad boy, and just in a crisscross pattern, consistently start wet sanding. You can even see in the bubbles, it's like gunk. It's dirt coming out of the gel coat. And it's already feeling better just to the touch. Right? You can, well, it might be hard to see on camera, but you can almost see it, right? How it continues to get, it's just shinier. It doesn't look like it's as dull. You can even almost feel it with my finger here. So we got the whole boat to do with 1,000, then 15, then 2, and then we hit it with a compound on a wool pad, 2 coats of polish on a yellow pad, and then probably 2 coats of wax on a red pad. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, but as long as we stay consistently working, it shouldn't take too much time. So here we go. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and I wanted to stop and take a break and show you guys something real quick. Look, we've already done the driver's side with 1,000 grit, and you know, this spot down here is kind of wet because I've just started working on it, but you can clearly see the difference just in 1,000 grit. And you can even, I don't know if you can hear this in the GoPro or not, but listen to this. Right, significant difference. I can physically feel that crap in my hand, and you know, I washed it. I mean, obviously a Dawn dish soap bubble bath isn't really going to be the most efficient, but regardless, this is just getting all the stupid little imperfections out of the gel coat. So we're gonna keep going. It's working. We have 1,000 grit on the top to finish. We have the inside gunnel. And then we've got to do the bottom of the boat too. So we have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and we might do 2,500. Depends on what it looks like after 2,000. But we're gonna keep going. Oh my God! I thought we were never gonna get to this point, but we're finally done with the wet sanding. Now we're at a stage where we need to wash her down. Look at that. Just beautiful. So you guys saw how oxidized this thing was when we first started out. It was pretty bad, so now it's super smooth because we knocked off that first layer, and within that layer is a ton of dirt and grime and just garbage from over the years. I mean, this is, I don't know, 40 years old or something like that. Don't ask me to do math right now. But you know, the bones are good. And even the gel coat, you know, that's part of the reason why you have a lot of guys that just swear don't paint a boat gel coat only, because it is rugged, you know. That's why they make boats out of gel coat, is, you know, essentially because it has a lot of reinforcement behind it and it can take abuse in marine environments. So anyways, so here we are. This is pretty much exactly what I hoped that it would look like, nice and glassy. So now we're going to go in with our dressing. So we've got a wool pad and a bunch of compound from Meguiar's that we're going to use.